So, I'm gonna be responding to a few tweets. I had hoped I wouldn't get to the point where I'd have enough footage to be able to do this, but here we are. Brigitte Gabriel, America's founding racist. If that makes any sense at all. All of these are from her. So if you want to send me links to tweets, my Twitter handle is down below. You can tag me, you can send me tweets, all that stuff. Otherwise, I do have a Discord.
Start to sail along these ocean waves. Nobody knows how to find us.
First, they were saying that people should be able to pre-register at 16 or 17. At this point, there is no way they can vote at 18. No one was talking about changing it to voting at 18. I mean, at 16. Because some people have their birthday on election day, and most people have a life outside of bitching and moaning about that shit on Twitter. Second, are you trying to take away people's right to vote? Voting age is 18, and you're claiming it should be 21. Do you realize all the problems that would cause if you took away the rights of 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and 20-year-olds? Just because you have an idea does not make it a good idea. How so? Give me proof. That is a serious accusation, and you can't just make claims of racism without giving proof about racism. Since you seem to follow Biden and obsess about Biden, then you must know everything about him. And since you know everything about Biden, maybe you could give me the proof of what you claim. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Because I don't follow politics in the same way that you do. Also, I think it'd be funny hearing you talk like a 5-year-old. I say that I'll wake up as a millionaire, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I will. Regardless of who I supported in the last election, I want to clarify that just because one person says one thing, it does not mean that one thing is true. Regardless of who I support, the current facts are Trump is currently getting impeached at the same time I'm recording this video. Trump is on trial and Biden is in office. If you want Biden to get impeached, find the evidence against him.
I'm right behind you.
Nixon was almost impeached because of Watergate. Bill Clinton was almost impeached because of Monica Lewinsky. And Trump is currently getting impeached because of what he fucking did. There was evidence with Nixon, with Clinton, and Trump. And so far, Trump's the only one that's getting all this stuff happening to him. I have questions. First, when are you going to stop complaining and find the information that will actually impeach him? Second, even if you do find the information, how are you going to submit it? Do you know how long that takes? On that note, are you only saying that Biden needs to be impeached because Trump got caught and impeached? Are you jealous that your best option for a presidential candidate got caught doing something illegal and is going through the process of dealing with the consequences? Do you now feel as if you need to take your anger out on somebody because you made the choice to put your faith in someone that was caught doing something that shouldn't have been done. I mean, Bill Clinton got caught with Monica Lewinsky in the Oval Office. Clinton at least admitted that something happened between them, even if he denied it at first. The fact that Trump thinks that he is above the law is one of the things that concerns me about him. I love how this is all you can say. Impeach everyone you don't like. That makes perfect sense. If you could impeach a random Walmart cashier, would you? Are you the person who would go into a Starbucks and yell because your sugary coffee has either whip or no whip on it when you didn't specify one way or the other? Because you're acting exactly how a Karen would act. If that is the unfortunate case, then you're the reason that 90% of fast food and retail workers hate their jobs. I would tell you to go get some therapy, but if I did that, your therapist would need his own therapist to deal with the bullshit and drama that you put him through. And don't even tell me that you act like this because nobody loves you either. Don't give yourself that much credit. People would avoid you like the plague because of how you act, not the other way around. You act like a wet sock, and you get treated like a wet sock. And then you turn around and blame people how they treat you. I do want to say something extremely important. I don't know how to say it, so I'll just say it. Scientists say that a dark hole is the densest object in the universe, but I think they're wrong. You are much denser than that, and you're so much denser than that, it's not even funny. Not everything's about you. I mean, in this case, it is about you, but you don't need to be an egotistical and self-centered douche nozzle. Make it about somebody else for a while, and impeach yourself. I'll never forget the first time that we met, but I will keep trying. And I hate using this next phrase, but you're a special little snowflake, aren't you? Do you have even the slightest idea how closely your actions resemble the actions of many politicians describe as pertaining to snowflakes? I don't even see any difference between your actions and the actions that many people in power use to describe snowflakes. I have something that I want to repeat to you, but before I do, I want to say that I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Step 1 is that you find some evidence. Step 2 is that you bring that evidence to the right people. Step 3 is that stop complaining to Twitter. You are the reason why shampoo has instructions. You sound like a pizza cutter. All edge and no point. And if you're gonna be two-faced, at least make one of the faces pretty. Having said that, I wish we could become better strangers. Because it's their right? Because it pisses you off? Because you want to take away the rights of others? Which reason do you want to pick? Stop playing hard to get when you're hard to want. If my dog looked like you, I'd shave his ass and teach him to walk backwards. These are the things that we don't. Finally, you said something smart. Did you kill your last brain cell trying to think of this, or did it jump off a cliff trying to escape you? I find the fact that you lived this long both surprising and disappointing. The USA's Constitution defines the U.S. as a republic. Article 4, Section 4 of the U.S. Constitution, America's founders are wary of aristocracy and monarchy and preferred a democratic republic. So at least you know something. I don't know what the fuck you're for. Especially with this tweet. These are the things that we don't. You play the victim so much, I'm surprised you don't carry around your own body chalk. The U.S. government bent me over and fucked me just as much as it did you, but you don't hear me complaining about it. I'm genuinely excited to never interact with you ever again, but here we are. I will never get over the second-hand embarrassment of belonging to the same species as you, you dense cabbage. Do you want this to turn into another Vietnam? Because this is how it turns into another Vietnam. You are so mercifully free from the ravages of intelligence. May your marinara sauce never cling to your pasta. You know, that's also what happens to so many other people in the U.S. The U.S. has one of the largest prison systems in the world, if not the largest prison system in the world. So many people do a crime in plain view of cameras, yet the cameras are hardly checked or used for evidence. Then the wrong person gets blamed for as a scapegoat. Yet somehow we have the best prison system in the world. Let's all go to the gulag. Let's all go to the gulag. Let's all go to the gulag and go to jail for life. I don't want to talk about this. On January 6th, 2021, following the defeat of President Donald J. Trump in the 2020 presidential election, a mob of his supporters attacked the U.S. Capitol building in D.C. The mob sought to keep Trump in power by preventing a joint session of Congress from counting the Electoral College votes to formalize the victory of President-elect Joe Biden. According to the House Select Committee, or House Elect Committee that investigated the incident, the attack was the culmination of a seven-part plan by Trump to overturn the election. You only want to overturn the election if you lose. Regardless of which candidate I support, I cannot support the actions that were taken that day. There are better ways to handle the situation of another president being elected, regardless of whether I support the president or not. Regardless of whether the election was rigged or not. Which I also think is kind of ironic. They were wanting to rig the election so that President Trump won, and then turned around and started bitching about how the other side rigged the election. Trying to diffuse the blame onto other people. You're okay with the January 6th people being freed? What about all the people who were wrongly accused of murder? Can they go free? With the way you act, you must really hate yourself. I hope your children grow up to know that they can be ashamed of you, you insolent lump of butter. Like I keep saying time and time again, find the evidence, then go through the proper channels. Do not sit here complaining on Twitter about something you cannot control. The only time I've ever seen someone have a rage boner this bad is when they've hated what the teacher gave out for homework. My question is, do you want them out because you have a hate boner and it's clouding your thoughts? Or is it because of their politics? Or is it due to something else? I don't know if it's coincident. I don't know if it's a coinkadink, but they all do have similarities between them. And there are a lot of stereotypes that could apply to them. One of them happens to be kind of a similar assumption about a certain group of people that you hate. I'd like to see things from your point of view, but I can't seem to get my head that far up my ass. repeat something here. I would like to see things from your perspective, but I don't think I can get my head that far up my ass. When is Congress finally going to say that I'd like to see things from your perspective, but I don't think I can get my head that far up my ass? Do I need to say that I'd like to see things from your point of view, but I don't think I can get my head that far up my ass? Or have I said it enough already? You make a great supine protoplasmic invertebrate jelly. We set the bar so low it was a tripping hazard in hell. Yet here you are, playing limbo with the devil. You are proof that the gene pool needs a lifeguard. Presidents are not deities, and they should not be put on the same pedestals as deities. People are alive, and there is proof that they exist. Prove to me that your God exists. And holy books are not physical proof, because they're written by people. America has never been safe. With the way things are going in this country, it does not seem as if the country will be safe anytime soon. Having said that, have you tried to not complain? Have you tried to change things yourself? And you're still complaining about things instead of taking care of the issue. You want to change the issue you brought up? Then change things yourself. You know, the original tweet that you're quoting here was made about the Donald and Ivanka. You're the one that brings the kids into this. And then you tell the person you're replying to not bring the kids into this when they said nothing about the kids? I'm asking you to explain yourself because that doesn't make any sense to me in any way. You know, I did have a lot of fun recording this video. Again, if you want to send me tweets or whatever, my Twitter handle is down below. Otherwise, I've got Discord. I'm on there quite a bit. So, I always welcome screenshots on my Discord. All that stuff. Subscribe if you haven't, if you like the video, because I am going to try and do more of these.